Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Jennifer, and I'm the health coach and dietitian for HealthTeam Advantage Group. Today, we're going to be cooking up something super simple that most of the time that we're waiting for it is in the oven. It is super nutritious, has lean meat, good source of protein, extra veggies to pack in on a nice antioxidant punch, sneak in some extra vegetables where we might have a little bit of trouble. Turkey meatloaf is what is on the menu today. So, like I said, super simple. I like simple. I like to keep it streamlined when I'm cooking for the most part, especially during the weekdays because life gets busy. And I also am the type of individual that likes leftovers. So if you like leftovers, this is a great option. You can feed a lot of people, or you can just make it on a smaller scale, feed just a couple, make it a little bit bigger so that you have leftovers. You can tailor it to whatever you need. So I have prepped up some of the ingredients so far so that I have them nice and easy so that we can dump them right into the bowl, mix them up. Doesn't take long to get these together. It did not take me long at all. So this particular recipe, which serves 8, is 2 pounds of lean turkey. So this is lean ground turkey. This is 93% lean, so this is a great option. Okay, they're each 1 pound packs, nice and simple. I have a baby spinach, and you chop that up into a 1 cup portion. So I have that here. I already went ahead and just rough chopped it up, nice and simple, threw it in a bowl so that I've got it. Spinach is an excellent way to get in some extra vitamins, nutrients, antioxidants. So super big fan of this green leafy vegetable. We have some zucchini, and what I did was probably about double this size, went ahead and grated it with a grater to get 1 cup of zucchini grated. You can buy zucchini already grated at the grocery store as well to keep it a little bit simpler for yourself if that makes it easier. Now, I kept the carrots nice and simple. I bought the bag of shredded carrots because it calls for 1 cup of shredded carrots. You can also use regular carrot, whole carrots, and you can dice those or really small, or you can grate those up. Okay, so that's the main bulk. So the additives that are going into the meatloaf are a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So we have the pink salt, Himalayan sea salt here. What you can do is you can alter that. If you are trying to make sure that your product is low sodium, no problem. Use a little bit less salt, and then you can season, other people can season at the table as they need to. We also have 1.5 teaspoons of ground pepper. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. I have gone ahead and I have measured out the garlic powder, onion powder, the oregano, and the salt and the pepper and the Worcestershire sauce. The other ingredient that we will be adding to hold this and bind this together is 1 egg. And I have beaten that up already. So the next thing we do is really, really, really simple. We mix it all in a bowl. That's my kind of recipe. So all we're going to do is get this turkey going in the bowl. Okay, nice and simple. I am taking all of these things. So first, the 2 pounds of turkey, the 1 cup of grated carrot, the 1 cup of grated zucchini, 1 cup of the chopped up spinach, You can also experiment with this and put peppers. You could put mushrooms if you prefer something different. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that Worcestershire sauce in there. These seasonings, dump them all around. Get it all in there. The 1 egg. Now, you're going to have moisture from the vegetables that are going to cook in through this. So that will be helpful. If you noticed, the zucchini had a bunch of moisture to it. The other thing was the 1/2 cup of the panko breadcrumbs. So, okay, and all we're going to do is take this and we're going to mix it all up. To get it thoroughly incorporated, you can continue to use a spoon, and if you prefer, just wash your hands and go ahead and use your hands. That is fine. Now, I have preheated my oven, I forgot to mention that in the beginning, to 400 degrees. And I have also taken a baking sheet. And if you want to ease your cleanup a little bit, you can just line that baking sheet with some parchment paper, which is what I did, or you are welcome to line that with aluminum foil, or just give it a nice spray of a little bit of olive oil so that it doesn't stick for you. Okay, I feel like I've gotten this pretty well incorporated. You want to just make sure that you try to get everything nice and incorporated to make it nice and even throughout, so it looks like it's nice and distributed through there. Okay, I have my baking sheet. What we are going to do now, the other thing you could do, this is going to make one big meatloaf. What you could do if you want to do this ahead of time, you could make a few smaller meatloaves, just adjust your baking time. This is going to cook for about 40 minutes. So if you make them smaller, just cook them at much smaller increments and test them. So if you want to make smaller ones, they can be frozen so that you have something ahead of time. Again, I told you I love leftovers. I also am a fan of making things that I can freeze and have at another point in time. Okay, now I have gone ahead and washed my hands before we started, so everything is nice and clean. Okay, nice and compact. Okay, now one ingredient that I'm not a huge fan of, and it's optional in the recipe, is putting barbecue sauce. I know people who put ketchup on top of their product as well. So what I want to say about those particular types of condiments, it is fine to put them on top. However, if you are following a special diet, please be mindful that condiments such as barbecue sauce and ketchup can have a significant amount of sodium as well as sugar in them. So it may be something that you want to leave off and then use sparingly after the fact. Okay, so we are going to pop this in the oven for 40 minutes to start at 400 degrees, and then I'll be back with you. All right, so the turkey meatloaf that was all mixed in one pot, put on one pan to cook at 400 for 40 minutes to start with. I wanted it a little browner on the top, so I increased it to 45 minutes. So keep an eye based on your preference. So here we have it. You can see it made a rather good size turkey loaf. I can see all the vegetables nicely done in there. And then with our finished product, you can see the vegetables throughout there. You can see zucchini, the spinach, the carrots. And again, you can alter the vegetables that you put in here. That's no problem based on your preference. Serve it with a little bit of barbecue sauce on the side to make this a meal. You can serve it with a nice salad. You can serve it with some mashed potatoes, and you've got yourself a really healthy, high protein, low fat, low sodium, and packed full of vegetable nutrients, getting in your servings throughout the day. Super simple turkey meatloaf. And remember, you can freeze this, save it for leftovers for the next day, make an easy sandwich out of it, whatever works best for your lifestyle. Thanks so much for joining me.